Well, hello, my lovelies. Lovely to speak to you again. Um, First of all, I want to say thank you for all the new subscribers. I think the numbers went up 2 or 3 subscriptions, and I don't know who they are. It didn't come up anyone's name, so thank you to you first of all for joining us, joining our family. But the people that I do know their names, I got quite a few more. Granted, it's only been 8 or 9 days since my last video. I feel like I'm, what's the word? Confessioning. It's been 9 days since my last video. I ain't confessing to nothing. Anyway, before I go any further, like I say, I've had more subscriptions, people joining our family in that time. And in my last video, I held up a name who I couldn't pronounce at all, and I was really apologetic. And someone then wrote to me afterwards saying that my video wasn't mirror imaged, it was, flipped back to front or whatever. So hopefully I've set up my new video on my new phone the right way round. So if anyone can see this, hopefully it's the right way. Hopefully as I'm reading it, you'll read it. But that person there had subscribed to me, so whoever you are, thank you, and welcome to our family. Before I show you the bits and pieces I'm doing here, I'd just like to say hello to a few of you quickly, because I don't want to just do a whole big list of names at the end. But it's amazing how many subscriptions I've had since 8 days ago. So first of all, I'd like to say, cheers, by the way. Of course, I've got my tea. So first of all, I would like to say a big hello to Sharon Carbonbow. What a lovely surname. Hurrah. Welcome, Sharon, to our family. Also to Lolly Williams. Hello, Lolly. Big hello to you. And also someone called themselves ODTV. So Odd TV, ODTV. A big hello to you too. Thank you very much for joining our family. I will say hello to the rest of you in uno momento, but let's get going with what I'm up to at the moment. It's just a few bits and pieces, but it's what I've done since the last video, in the last week, basically. So first of all, I've decided to go up into the stairs in the boho house. So I'm upstairs in there at the moment. I'm going to flip from room to room probably now, because I'll just be adding all different things. But I've got into the bedroom, and what kind of bed I'd want in that room if I was living there. What I did do, I just looked at some different beds, and I've looked at images of beds and different things, and I wanted something nice and simple, but I didn't want to buy one, even though a lot of them are very cheap to buy. So I found a bed that I liked, and then I've just drawn something up and copied it. So I will show you in its wood form. Here we are. That's the foot part and the head part. So that's a bit higher than the foot part. I've just done the legs a different height, but put this at the same level as the base of the legs to keep it upright. And I've got these were little pearl beads from a jewellery find box that I have with all bits of jewellery. I just painted those so they look like wooden round knobs to go on the top of the bed there. And I just cut this out by hand, front and the back, with I think this is 2.5. I don't think it's 3mm. No, it's 2.5 obechi wood. So that's what I use to make that. And you just make the headboard the width that you want, and the legs the height that you want, and then that bit in there is dictated by the side panels coming down to the ends of the bed, and that gives you the bit in between. So I've done that. I haven't painted it underneath. Who knows? Who cares? So anyway, that's the bed made. Then after that, instead of buying a little mattress, again, probably very cheap, I just looked to see how they were made, and I just made one. So this is actually, that's the underneath, obviously, but I just measured the bed, so I knew which size to make, and this is actually foam interfacing that I use for handbags, when I'm making my bags, and it's actually half that width. It's there's 2 pieces in there. Don't ask me why I thought to myself when I got one piece to cover that all that looks uncomfortable to sleep on, I better make it twice as thick. I mean, honestly, really? Anyway, there's not really anyone in there, although I believe there are at night when I'm asleep. So anyway, I thought I'd make the mattress a bit deeper to make them more comfortable, whoever's in there when I'm not looking. So anyway, that's just a piece of white organic cotton that I used, and just cut that, and then we can put the two on there. Oh, and the little, here we go, 5 minutes before I started the video, I stuck the little balls on the bed, so they have now, I've just now pushed one of them off. So I'll glue that on in a minute, but anyway, that's the mattress pushed on there. Okay, oh, another ball lock, it's all falling apart. Anyway, I'll glue those on in a minute and leave them to dry this time. So that's that, and then, oh, yeah, no, I won't bother sticking them on just now. So that pushes in there, fits nicely, and then I made a duvet to go on the top. So I should just show you this quick. This is that's the back, and I've just quilted it in 4 lines down the back, and this is the front. If you can see it properly. I'm using my phone now instead of a tablet, so the screen is much smaller, so I don't know how much you can see all the time. But anyway, that's I just did a patchwork one. All I did with that was just to cut little strips, probably about 20 centimetres wide, an inch or so wide, and then I just put 2 together, right sides facing, and sewed down the edge of them just to get a seam. It doesn't matter how big or small the seam is, because I'm going to trim all that at the back anyway. So just stick 2 pieces of fabric together, then cut another strip of a different fabric and lay that right sides together and just sew roughly down. Some of it I purposely went off, some of it I went sort of straight, and I did ones just roughly. I didn't pin anything, I just laid it all together. So basically you're putting them all together. See, some of them are curved, some of them are narrow, some of them are wider, and then you've got a very sort of organic type quilt. And just as long as it's in very small sections, then it stays small scale wise. I then sewed 4 lines. It's like a lilo thing really, but I sewed 4 lines down to quilt it, and then I've slightly less than half filled it with little poly beads that you use for stuffed toys and things. You can use rice, you can use any kind of dry beans or anything, small like lentils or whatever, just to give it some weight. If you put toy stuff in it, then it just pads it out too thick and bunchy. It's too solid looking. It doesn't actually look like a real duvet. But with these pellets in, or whatever you use like that, or rice, it's very floppy, and you'll get flatter bits and bunchier up bits. Is that real bunchier up? I don't know. You know what I mean. So anyway, if I get that, and then put it on my ballless bed, there's no balls stuck on it. There's one left on it now. But if I put that on, and I've done it. I could have done it small. Here we are. I've just taken the other one off. Glue that. Never film with, what is it? Animals and wooden balls, or I don't know. Anyway, that's it there, and then it comes down the sides of the bed a bit, like so. And you can sort of push it so it's half opened or whatever. I'm going to put pillow there, maybe 2 pillows I'm going to add as well, just in maybe in this plain green pattern I'll use to make a pillow. So anyway, that's the bed. So I'll put that in their bedroom in a memento. Right, before I show you anything else, I'd just like to finish saying hello, in case I forget. I'd like to finish saying hello to let's say a big hello to Barbara Taylor. Hello, Barbara. Welcome to our family. Hope you're well. In fact, I hope you're all well. And also, I'd like to say hello to Adeline Hovorka. Lovely name. Brilliant. Love it. Adelaine Hovorka. So if you're watching, welcome to our family. Someone here called Small Sample 0100 or 0100. I don't know if that's a binary thing you're doing there or nothing to do with binary numbers, but Small Sample, big hello to you too. And I always say last but not least, this, I don't know why I bother, because you know you're not least, but your name is Barry. So welcome Barry to our family. And thank you very, very much for subscribing. My subscriptions are going up a lot quicker in a lot shorter time now. And you all know from the beginning, if you've been watching me, how excited that makes me just to get more subscribers. I don't know why. It's such a small amount when I do get up to 1,000. I think you earn off YouTube. I'm guessing it will be like a penny a month or something like that. So it's certainly not to do with the money. It's only the big guys that actually earn off it. But to me, I feel like I've won the lottery when I get new subscribers. So now moving on from beds to something completely different. I've done some more macrame. I shall show you this macrame. I made, first of all, if you'd seen in a previous video, that I've made a little macrame plant holder with a plant in. Well, they're going to have more of those hanging around the house. So I'll show you here. It's on a paintbrush at the moment. I'll put it on a little hook. But if you can, I don't know if you can see that. It's not going to focus, is it, very well? I've done different knots going down, and then underneath there, nice little square knot there. Not square knot, can't remember what that's called now, and it doesn't matter. Some Chinese kind of knot it is. But that's a lovely plant in there that I've bought. But I did make the little bowl for it to go in, the little plant holder, which I threw on my pottery wheel. It's a little air drying bowl. So I've done that, and then the plant I've set in tea, dried tea, so it looks like earth, and I mixed that with PVA glue, and then just planted the whole thing into it. So there we are. That's my second plant holder I've made with a different plant from the last one. So you'll see that. I might hang that upstairs in the chill out room, and also. I shall show you, I've done another macrame, but I've done a wall sampler, we call them here. In the US, I don't know what they're called. Maybe someone, be nice if someone told me what they're called, but it's a wall hanging. And a lot of them you see are tied onto logs, branches of natural wood. So I went out into the garden and got a little piece off a tree. I actually took it off the ginkgo tree in our garden, which is the oldest tree. I think they date back for 250 million years apparently, and I just felt out of respect of the ginkgo I would use that to put in my macrame sampler here. But if I show you, there we are, if you can see that. I don't know how well you can see it on the phone, but I've done all different knots there, then different sections there, and a bit there. Just to make something different. So I've done all different things. Then I've put beads on there. It doesn't look it, but I think when I counted them up, I think there's 127 beads, 172 or 127. I know that's a big difference. Let's say 127. So it doesn't sound more impressive than it is. But the beads took me longer to thread on than it did to actually do all the macrame, or macrame, as my American friends will call it. No one's wrong, no one's right. So macrame, there we are. So that's that. I've done it a nice big size because in the boho house, when I imagine standing in the kitchen, because it's open view straight across from one side of the house to the other, when you're looking over the kitchen counters across the full length of the house, I wanted it on the far wall, so when you're in the kitchen you can see this easily hanging on the far wall facing you. And there's nothing on that wall hanging at the moment. I might add things to it, I might not, but this is going to be a nice big piece to hang up. So I don't know if there's a front or a back in macrame, I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter as long as it looks pretty. So anyway, that's that. I'm going to hang that up in the house as well. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll stop the video just now, probably stick the little balls back on the bed. I feel sorry for it now, so I can leave that to dry and then put it in the bedroom. But what I am going to do is take you all upstairs, which is not something I often say to complete strangers. And I'm going to show you two of John's houses. They are, I'm smiling already, I can't wait to show you. You will love them. Some of you will think they're crazy. But I bought John at Christmas time two doll's houses for Christmas presents. And one of them is a single room, a single box room with bay windows. And they were complete kits, so they were just wood, just bare wood, and that was it. But he's dressed all the frontage of them, and the single box room with the bay windows is a tea room, and next door to that is an upright building with a shop on the ground floor, and then two floors above. And he's turned the ground floor into a funeral parlour, so it's sombre. Funeral parlour, and there's a side entrance to the building that goes upstairs, and it's got a red look on the inside. When you look through the door, everything's dark red, but when you go in that door, then up the stairs, you go into the local brothel. What else would it be? So honestly, I'll pause this video now, and we'll take you up there. We'll put the lights on. It's sort of late afternoon here. I don't know what the lighting will be like up there. I'll put the lights on in the shops so you can see. But honestly, it's crazy. Let's go now. Right, now before I take you into the two new shops that I'm talking about, I told John what I was doing, and he just said, could you show the folks this one first? This was the first house he's done with his first Christmas room ever, so he just wanted you to see the Christmas room that he'd done in the lounge. Actually, that's a nice bedroom, nice pieces there that he's put in, but that was his first Christmas room that he's done, which is really pretty. It's got little paper chains hanging up, tiny, minute things. Sorry about the filming. But anyway, that's a little Christmas cards hanging on the wall. So yeah, nice and cozy. So that's his little, that's his first ever Christmas room. Now these shops, they are actually upstairs in a spare room at the moment, on shelving. So that this isn't their final place. This is just where we've been taking them downstairs for him to work on in the beginning. So they will actually go all in one room, probably in the summer house, side by side, when we've got everything set up eventually. That'll be another video when I've built all the shelving for them to go on. But this is the smaller one. This is the tea room. He's made his own roof to go on top there. It was just a flat roof, so he's made that. And the frontage of the building there, he's painted. He's also put brickwork in and stone on the stairs, so it looks really pretty. But this is the local tea room. If I can open the door up. He also wants me to stress that this is all, he's literally just done all these. So the little plants in the windows. So there's loads more to go in both buildings, but this is just the initial beginning of things that he's put in there. And he's put a door at the back there, so it looks like it's going through into another room, probably where they prepare the food or whatever in the kitchens. And there's all things on the counters and bits and pieces. But all these other shelves will be filled with different things. The counter there, it's got cakes and things on it to choose from. That will have bits on it. There'll be lots more things on the tables. That's one of my green. That's a vase that I made on the pottery wheel, and little flowers he's put in it. So anyway, that's the tea room. Let's just close the door to that. And then next door to that, I'll show you just now. I'll have to just move across the other side of the room. But you imagine these side by side, these buildings. I'll have to stand back a bit if I can, just to show you. Again, it was a flat roof on top, so he's made his own roof, tiled roof there. And then the frontage, that's how he's decorated it, sort of stone effect down the sides and around the windows, and then brickwork. And then there we have that's the funeral directors at the front here, and then next door to it we have the room with the red light. Sorry for laughing, but this is hysterical, I have to tell you. Sorry about my voice, by the way. I think I've got another one of my funny throats going on. But if I show you, we'll take you in the funeral directors. But it's just funny seeing the door there in the just a little glimpse of someone, but you can't really see it properly. But I'll open this up, and then you can, and then we can show you. So here we are. So this is the beginnings of the funeral directors with the coffins. He was thinking of getting a body to put in one of them just as a serving suggestion. But anyway, and this this is hysterical. It's he's tacky waxed it down, but it's actually a yardstick on the counter. So people coming in, maybe they can get measured up beforehand in anticipation. So anyway, that's what's going on downstairs in the front street for people to see. And then in the side door here, there's a side table, a console table that John made himself. And there's some dubious looking woman in the hallway there going up the stairs with the red light behind. And then as you go upstairs, you enter the this is the reception room, and there's a gentleman sitting there waiting. There's a pole dancing pole that John made and put in. I don't know why at the moment he's got it covered in tinsel, but I'm sure there'll be some young lady hanging off there at some point. So that's the reception room. There'll be more in there. Obviously, it's going to have more in. Like I say, this is just the beginnings. But he's even made his own beaded curtain there, threaded curtain beads on a curtain to go into one of the rooms. So this goes into one room. This is oh, hang on a minute. Right, I don't know who I don't know who was in there last, but the cushions on the bed were lying all over the place. I think it's where we moved the building upstairs, and it sort of threw things about a bit. But he's got some. They'll have to be laid over the bed or something. Some little stockings here, on the washstand, and this is the mid-range room. As you can see, someone in the corner there, and she's mid-range apparently. So that's for the customer who has enough to spend but not too much. And then if you go upstairs, we have this is the high end. This is the posh end, or the posh range. And there's the madam sitting there with a lovely little necklace he's put on her. And there's nice things here. There's corsets and things in the wardrobe, and different things hanging up, lying around. Bottle of champagne there. And the bedding, it was fabric that I had in my sewing stash for my bags and things. It's an oriental bright pink silky fabric. So we recovered this bed, and it's got the canopy to match. So that's the posh end. A box of Kleenex, tissues. Sorry, this is just such a hoot. So anyway, that's the upper range, the upper class lady. And if we go through here, we have the budget end. This is sorry. I can't look at the I don't even know. I don't know. Don't even ask. But there is. Let's pull her dress down. Look at her hair. It's just amazing. But this is the budget end. There's the toilet rolls on the floor, and this young lady has a mattress, not even not even a bed. So anyway, a little washstand. John made the washstand. He's very proud of the things he's just started to learn to make, and quite rightly too, because they're brilliant. So anyway, that's that. That's that. Oh, and also I haven't shown you. If we come up here, I think you can see them properly. There's mirrors on the ceiling. Oh, don't. By the way, don't ask either of us how we know or how we think a brothel should look like on the inside. I don't think I've ever seen one on the outside, knowingly. But anyway, that in John's imagination, this is what it would look like. So anyway, I hope someone out there is watching this, and I hope that you also find it great fun and see the funny side of it all. But it's nice. And the lady, apparently the lady that owns the brothel, she also owns the tea room next door. So this is, I suppose, this is a bit of money laundering going on the side, and the tea room is just the front, as it would be. So anyway, and that's the inside walls. We've got God knows what hanging on the walls in the different rooms here. But anyway, let's close that. There we are. And from the outside, you would never know. Right, so I hope you enjoyed looking at John's latest ventures. As I say, they're just started, so they'll evolve as time goes. I'm sure the ladies inside there will evolve as well. So cheers, and it's just for me to say thank you so much for watching again, and hope you all enjoyed what you've seen, and yeah, and hopefully I shall do a video ASAP to keep this going for you all. As I said, it was only 8 or 9 days since my last one, but I had quite a few people to say hello to, and I'm so grateful. This is brilliant. So you've bullied me, made me do something else to put on video for you. So I thank you for that. So anyway, hope my voice clears up soon. Take care, everybody. Lovely to speak to you, and hope to speak to you again soon. And hope you're all well. Keep well, everyone. Take care now. Bye, all.